Welcome back to firechildvideo.blogspot.com. As always, this is Chad Castleberry, and welcome to this episode of Blending with a Noob. Okay, here's the deal, guys. As many of you know, if you've been following my blog, I took a week off from recording tutorials because I was in the middle of trying to buy my first house. And in the process of buying that, there was so much red tape and so much paperwork, I just didn't have time. But I was thinking about you guys during that whole time, and I watched episode 1 that I recorded a couple weeks ago, and it was boring. And I apologize for that. I didn't realize that covering the basics was going to be so boring. So for this episode, I started trying to think of ways that we could do something that'll be interesting, and you we'll all learn something, and hopefully I'll learn from you guys, you'll learn from me. So I encourage you, post comments, leave me your tips, because this is called Blending with a Noob for a reason. I'm trying to learn the software just as well as you are, so I'm just providing an avenue for us to learn together. But as I was thinking about what can we do to make the learning more fun, and as I was looking over my new house, this is my new house, by the way, I was looking over the various shots, and I went, you know what? Part of the process, they provide me with a survey. And I went, hey, what a great example. So what we're going to do for the next few, or next several, or however many it takes, Blending with a Noob tutorials, we're going to take a look at how to build a house inside of Blender. So we're going to be doing some architectural work. Again, I can start off with the basics, and this provides us with an avenue to start off with the basics and progress into more advanced techniques. That way we're all learning together, and each week I can spend trying to learn this architectural design stuff so that I can better pass the knowledge on to you, and you can pass knowledge back to me. We can research together, we can learn together. So what we're going to do is build my new house inside of Blender for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started on how we're going to do that. First thing we need to do is we're going to start a new composition. I'm just going to, normally I like the 3-screen, but since I'm doing a screen recording and it's a small window, we'll just keep it simple. So we're here looking at the top view. If you still have that center cube, which yours probably looks like that, what we can do is just delete the center cube. And if we go down here to view, what we can do, is we can load a background image. So we can just click on that, click use background image. Now if you just click load, watch what happens. You just get a list, and we don't want that. That's gonna, unless you know the exact name and it's easier to navigate to. What I like to do is hold down Control and then click Load, and you'll see it gives us thumbnails, which is much, much easier to navigate. What I'm going to do is go to my desktop, and I have a folder here called House, and I'm going to load my survey. And as you can see, it gives us a background image, but if we render, nothing there. So let's bring that over. See, nothing there. So it just provides a background image for reference. Let's make it a little brighter. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the size a whole bunch. So I'm going to say 75. I'm going to make this a really large image. Zoom out. So that way when we build the house, we can take the camera down inside of it real easily. It's not a small model. Plenty of room to work with, right? Okay, so step 1. Let's cover the basics by building the wall structure. Now you'll notice with a survey that they don't provide me with the internal walls. So all it says is 1-story frame house. I don't have any internal walls, so it's not showing where the restroom, the kitchen, the bedroom, it's not showing where any of that is. This is just the external. What I'm going to do in future ones is I'm going to add in the internal walls as I get moved in and measure everything out. But for now, let's just build the outer perimeter, and that'll give us a better grasp of the basics. So what I'm going to do is just position, find a good spot. I guess I'll start with this wall right here. We can left click to bring our cursor over here, hit spacebar, and we'll go add mesh cube. And it gives us a cube. And what we can do is scale it down by hitting S and then Y. Scale it down on the Y. And then just hit G. G is for grab. Grab it and then just move our mouse to where we want it. And we want to position it right about there. We'll zoom in a little bit more. Screen recording is a little jumpy today, so just bear with me. And what we can do is hit Tab to go into edit mode, hit A to deselect everything, and then, okay, so to recap, Tab goes from edit mode to object mode. In edit mode, we can edit the edges, vertices, faces, and you select those right here. This is vertices, edges, faces, and this will ignore background geometry. Don't click that because we need to be able to select everything in the background. But what we can do is go ahead and click the edge. So now when we right click on something, all we're selecting is that edge instead of picking individual vertices. Helpful tip. So what we can do is probably move, okay. A will select all or deselect. So with nothing selected, we can hit the B button, B for boy, and what it'll do, this will give us a, like that. See? So we can select that. And now I've selected, if we look, I've selected all the edges on that side with that tool. So let's hit 7, go back to top view, and I'll just pick that up just to fill in the wall. Hit A to deselect, B, highlight this, oops, hit B, highlight this bottom area, come on, okay, I think the screen recording is making things a little slower, there, and then we can just click and push that down to get it about right. Okay, so we'll hit A, then we'll hit B again, click, drag, and we just want to select this edge right here. And what we can do is go ahead and drag it over. If we here, we want to drag it all the way to the edge of this wall, just like that. Now, what we need to do is we need to go up to make this other wall. Now, we're going to make this one solid wall. So instead of creating another cube right there, all we can do is hit Control R, R for Robert, and you'll see it gives us this little blue line right here, this vertical blue line. What we can do is just click anywhere, and it gives us another edge. And if we position that right with the edge of this vertical wall, what that does is it gives us a new edge. And then if we hit B and grab like that, now we have a brand new edge that we can extrude by hitting E. E for extrude. We'll select region, and then all we have to do is grab the Y here, pull it up. So see, we've just created the corner with one simple extrude bend. And we'll just drag this all the way up. Keep dragging up. Keep dragging up. Now you see that it's this, I guess, drawing's not perfectly level, so we'll go ahead and move it over just to overlap. Okay, now we deselect. We'll hit Control R, click anywhere, and bring this new edge in line with that. Deselect, hit B, highlight that edge, hit E to extrude, region, and then just drag it over. Simple as that. We'll just drag it over, line it up, hit Control R for Robert, click anywhere, line that up where we want it, left click again, A, hit B, select that edge, extrude it with E, and then drag it up. And, you know, just repeat that same process over and over and over until you've got the entire perimeter of the house. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pause it. I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll come back. Be right back. Alright, so I'm done. I finished outlining the house, and if we click in our center mouse wheel and move the mouse around, you see we've got the base for our house. Now, it's not perfect. What we need to do is, hitting B, what we need to do is extend the walls. They're not quite tall enough. So in our top view, what we'll do is hit B twice. B for boy, so we'll hit BB. And that gives us this, and then we can just go through and basically like paint to select all our edges. Make sure they're all selected. And then rotate. Oh, actually, I screwed that up. Let's go back to top view, hit A, deselect everything. And let's hit to ignore background faces. So hit that button right there, hit BB, select everything. And then right click, we'll rotate into that view, and then we'll just drag those edges up. Now we'll measure that out to get it perfect later, but now we've got the basic shape of our house. In the next tutorial, we'll take a look at creating the porches, the driveway, the sidewalks. So cool stuff coming. I hope you learned something here, guys. Look forward to hearing your comments. Check us out. See you later.